Okay, guys, so we are on day 2 of the stats, and today we're going to do quadratic curve of best fit. If you notice, there is no notes because quadratic curve of best fit is exactly the same as linear curve of best fit. All the rules are the same. Everything stays the same. It stays pretty in order. There's just one little change, and that is when we go to stat edit. And one of the things that I didn't cover yesterday is make sure you don't hit the delete button. You want to hit the clear button. So if I want to clear out a list, I want to hit the clear button. That way the L1 and L2 don't go away. But when I do quadratic curve of best fit, instead of stat edit stat calc 4, because that's linear, I want to do stat edit stat calc 5. So I'm going to go ahead and put in L1 here for problem number 1. We got -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. And then I got 4.3, 5.1, 4.3, 2.2, and 1.3. Now, everything's the same, and here's where it gets confusing. And this is where you have to read the directions to make sure you understand what's being asked. I could do stat calc 4 and get a linear curve of best fit. The problem is that this is not appropriate because the question says quadratic. And if you notice, a quadratic should be shaped like this, which is what we talked about in the previous chapters when we were solving through factoring. So I can't use stat calc 4. In quadratic, I need to use stat, right arrow calc, and then if you take a look here, quadratic is right there. We're going to go stat calc 5. Now, this gives us the formula of y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And again, it's because it's trying to set up standard form. So, just like with the linear regression, we want to go ahead and go to, I'm going to say we go, in the quadratics, we go to 2 decimal places. So, y is equal to -0.34x squared minus 0.22x plus 4.67. And it says find y when x is 5. So, and also notice that we don't do the flip, like we can't find x because of the whole squared thing. We can in later math, but since it's just algebra 1, we're going to just find y when x is 5. So, in the calculator, this is important. This is what you have to do. -0.34 parenthesis 5 squared -0.22 parenthesis 5 plus 4.67. Just like with everything, the parentheses is important. -4.93. And so we're going to go ahead and leave our answer in that decimal form. And honestly, that is all of the notes that you need to be able to complete this section, okay? You put your x values in L1, you put your y values in L2. Notice with like question 2, again, it's there. Question 3 is going to be a little difficult because it's a graph. And so I'm sure you're like, wait a minute, what goes in L1 and L2? Well, this one you actually have to create the table. So 1, 2, 2, 5, 3, 6, 4, 3, and 5, 1. So, like I said, sometimes you're going to have to create your own table and do the stat edit, stat calc, and so forth. So we're going to do 1 through 6, and again, I give you, or 1 through 5 here, and then I give you a couple others, to practice on quadratic curve of best fit. Again, another set of ones with ordered pairs, so again, you're going to have to set up your own table, okay? And then finally, I give you a question about a real life deal here where we talk about baseball and over time. And so then it says how high is the baseball for 3 seconds. Well, guess what? You're going to put 3 in for X. I'll also give you guys a chance to review a little bit more factoring and dividing. Just remember, you have to use teach me how to factor or AC method, and you eliminate. So for example, x plus 5 and x plus 5 cross out. The final answer here is x minus 8. Do all of these, check them with me. Hopefully you're going to be able to move through this fast enough. You have a take-home quiz that focuses straight on these 3 topics that we've done the last few days. Obviously I give you 5 more review problems on the dividing polynomials. And then we get in, and this is where it's important. Pay attention to directions. 6 through 8 says quadratic curve of best fit. And then on this one, it says linear curve of best fit. So you're going back to Stat Calc 4. So make sure you follow the directions. Okay? I give you practice on both. And that wraps up day 2. Any questions, come see me, and we'll go from there.